I knew from day one that I wanted a worker van, and it's working just fine. I cook, I shower, I van life, and I enjoy it even if I have a low roof. Why did I pick a worker van? Because I'm a solo mom, recently divorced, and I didn't want to spend my days in a shop fixing my van. And I don't want to say anything negative on this channel, but I've heard bad things about the new trendy vans. So here I go with my 2008 E-150 that I bought 5,700 actually, because the seller bought a brand new battery and it had 81,000 miles. And I'm gonna give you tips on how to buy your first van, why I love this one so much, my regrets, the oops, the findings, and where we are now with the build and the trips. Welcome back to the channel. So before I bought this van, I almost bought a van. I actually went twice. I had already put a deposit down and I had the title in hand, only for me to come back home, pull a Carfax, which I didn't do it at first, only to realize that the van didn't have 90,000 miles as advertised, but was close to 300,000 miles. So lesson learned, you need to pull a Carfax. And if you scroll on Facebook Marketplace, scroll down and see some vans, and you ask the sellers if they have the Carfax and tell you no, I mean, it's a big red flag. So Carfax, Carfax, Carfax. You can pull 2 or 5 or 10, I believe, and it's cheaper in bulk if you buy them by 2 or 10. I really recommend you to do this expense. When I went for this van, I saw the van on the marketplace again on Facebook, and the lady is the one who said, "Oh, I actually have the Carfax. Would you like to see it?" And I said, "Absolutely." She sent it to me, but it was a PDF. Now I had PTSDs and I was not trusting anybody, so I still paid one to check. Everything was matching, so I went ahead. We met halfway through, so they were nice. That was nice from them to do something like that. And I came with a mechanic. I paid the guy $160 or maybe 180, I forgot. No, 160 or 165. And he checked everything. A funny story is that the van had no battery. I don't know how the guy started it, but the battery was dead, so the mechanic could not check anything. I had to take the seller in my car. We had to drive to an auto part, AutoZone, and buy a brand new battery, even before we decided if I was going to buy it or not. Once the battery was there, the mechanic was able to check for the alternator and everything else. It was all good. He gave me the green light and we bought the van. But again, Carfax, I said it. I'm not going to say it again, but you can't trust an odometer, even if it's not a very old van, even if it's digital. Yes, they change the motor, they find a way to roll that back, and you don't want to start to build out with a van who has 300,000 miles. If you're willing to buy a van with 500,000 miles, if it's a Mercedes, I will say, okay, you'd better know for sure. So this one had 81,000 miles, and it matched the odometer, the Carfax, the last reading at Jiffy Lube and everything. So I went ahead. When I brought this van home, first thing I've done, I went to the DMV. We agreed with the seller not to write the full price on the bill of sale, because you're going to be paying tax based on that. So if the seller is nice enough, ask him to lower the bill. So you pay a portion of the tax based on the price you bought it. So you want the lowest price possible. It was weird for me to drive the van at first. It was big. And then here I go. I bring the van on my driveway and I open the back and I'm like, okay, I've seen some YouTube videos. I have zero experience. How am I going to build a van? And guess what? It was not as easy as I thought because you guys make it look like very easy. Even removing the carpet was a struggle because the old screws were not unscrewing. I had to pop them. I made a video. It was one of my first videos. I had many comments saying, no, you're not supposed to pop them. You're supposed to unscrew them. Yeah, well, they were so old. They were not moving or anything. They were dead. Then I had obviously I discovered yesterday that I had a leak. No, I knew I had a leak, but I found out where the leak was coming from. So after I bought the van, I removed the carpet. Everything was pretty clean except for a small spot where I used Bondo. I fixed it. I used Bondo and Butyl to cover the spot. It was all wet under the mat, the original mat. I removed it. I kept it later on because it was easier than using cardboard. I use it as a template to cut my vinyl, but I did not keep it. It was just disgusting and all molded. So I fixed the subfloor. It was really not that bad, but I knew that it was caused by the water, and for days and days I had this ongoing leak in my van. The corner of my bed was wet and I could not figure out where the water was coming from because it was not raining enough, or I was driving the van when it was raining. I could not figure out, but my best friend came all the way from Los Angeles to Florida. Yeah, she came from Los Angeles to Florida. She checked the van quickly. She's very smart, and she found the source. So everything makes sense now. So I'm gonna be fixing the leak. I didn't want to do a 20 minutes video about the leak. It makes no sense. And I'm gonna be using this for the roof. I just asked Gemini what was the best thing to fix the roof, and that's what he said. So here we go. So that's exactly why I have this spot of rust that I fixed with some ketchup, because yes, ketchup kills the rust. Again, it's one of my first video. And then when I was ready for the subfloor, I just used some plywood, the expensive type of plywood, because it has to be waterproof. So you can't go with a cheap one, you have to go with a bird or submarine. And I didn't know much about building. I'm not very handy, but I just did it, and I'm pretty new to van life, but I'm still sharing with you as I'm learning. Again, it was not easy. It's nothing like what you see on YouTube, but it's doable. You have also seen videos of this hamster cage behind me that I converted into, let's say, a sink. I have my water in there. It's very convenient, and I just screwed a Murphy table so I can cook from the outside, because it's a low roof. I rarely cook inside. The kitchen is just a piece of it's kind of an island that I bought from the marketplace. Everything else is coming from thrift stores and curbs. So it's minimal built. It's true that I had to build the subfloor and the vinyl. Oh, and the bed. The bed comes from Ikea. I bought the bed, the Skorva beams, 3 beams, $15. And the only hit with Ikea is that they actually don't sell the brackets to put the beams on. So I had to order the brackets on Amazon, and I will post the link below. That was easy. I recently removed the Leroy slats because they molded with my leak. I have more. I'm going to be fixing the leak and then I will put the slats back on. But for my last trip, I was just like sleeping directly on the beams, which we don't want that because the bed is going to to go like that. But that's pretty much it. I haven't done any holes except two, uh, six on each side to put the brackets for the bed for the Ikea. So Ikea Skorva beams, and that's pretty much it. Oh yes, and I put some two holes to hold the sink. I put a bracket. I forgot because yes, I can't just break. I will move, and maybe another one just to hold the kitchen. But that's it about the build. Like my fridge is an old 12-volt cooler that I bought in a thrift store. My toilet is a portable toilet that I paid $36 on Amazon, and I love it. That's it. I haven't done any insulations. Not much. I have no solar system. I'm only using my Bluetti, and I charge my Bluetti when I stop in a diner, in a restaurant, when I take a pause somewhere. I ask them if I can charge it or if I can bring my laptop. Most coffee places are okay with that as long as you spend money and give them a good tips. So I haven't done much, really. I haven't done much. I have two water dispensers, one in front between my seats and one behind, and this one is not moving because I put some Butyl. Sorry, my dog is barking. So this one is not moving, and it's very convenient to have it next to the bed. Sorry, that's Apple again. My curtains are magnetics. Everything is magnetics because obviously since the van is not insulated, I'm using magnets everywhere. So everything is magnetic in the van, and I love it this way. I always have some cables in case I go to a campsite that has power, because you never know. Sometimes they're very cheap. 2 weeks ago, I went to a campsite in Old Town, and it was only $10 a night to have the power. So I mean, yes, why not? But for this van, when I bought this van, I will say I didn't have any bad surprises. One tire was a little bit flat, and I discovered later on that I had to change the tires, which the mechanic failed to tell me. So that was an expense, extra expense, $700, something like that. Then I had to do my balance and alignment. The balance is always done when you change the tires, and it's free. The alignment was $99. Everything else was good. You saw previously, I did find some rusty nails when I removed the carpet, but it was just at the end near the back doors and nothing else. I mean, the inside was pretty clean. I really did not have any bad surprises at all. I don't mind about the leaks because now that I found the source of the leak, I'm going to be able to fix it. Again, it's to be expected. I mean, you buy a van 2008, you know, it's to be expected. But not a lot of bad surprises, and I will say the oops and the bad surprises came from me because I had no experience. And when I started a project and I saw that it will take me like 15 minutes based on the YouTube videos, it actually took me 2 days. So it's more about my own experience and the fact that I didn't know how to build out, that I had to redo it, change the way it was made. Even now, like, I mean, I'm traveling and I'm like, oh no, I'm gonna move this thing over there, and I'm gonna move my my propane stove there and there. I'm still moving things around, but it's mainly because, again, I have no experience and it's all new for me. That's also why I have created this channel, because many YouTubers have so many experience. They may have forgotten what it was at first. I've been into van life for 2 or 3 months, so I'm really discovering every day. My next step, and my birthday just passed, but is to buy a swivel for the seat. I would love to have one of the seat, maybe the passenger seat, to swivel. That would be very nice to have like a sofa. Because right now I'm just sitting on a bean bag, or usually I sit on the bed, or even on my cooler. My cooler is kind of like a small bench. I love sitting on my cooler. I'm gonna take you for a quick tour of the van so you can see the progress and the million of magnets that I'm using. Because again, I love magnets and I find it very easy to use. I have like few metallic stuff right behind, and even my son is using a magnet to put some metallic boxes and stuff to put his books, toys, and stuff like that. So this is where we are at right now, and I don't know, I have absolutely no regret. I love having a low roof. I don't mind at all that I can't stand. This van is taking me everywhere I want. It's not going to break down. I just love it. It was my choice to buy this type of vans versus, I'm not here to say any brand, but you know what I'm talking about. I'm very happy with my choice. And if one day I have a larger budget, then maybe I will go to California and put a higher roof. But for now, that's exactly what I want. I have a strong van, a van that is reliable, cheap, and that's all I asked for. I mean, I'm traveling with my 7 years old son, and it feels safe. I don't want to have to call AAA because it breaks down in the middle of the highway. So this is why I went with a Ford Econoline 150. I would have been okay with a 250 or 350, but I'm not really pulling anything, so I'm not towing anything, so I didn't need a 250 or 350. The gas is okay right now. The gas is so expensive everywhere, but I'm at 16 mpg, so it's actually not bad for an older van. I know you guys have better if you have a new one, but it's not bad. And if I had to redo it again, yeah, I will probably go with an older van like mine. I really love it. So are you ready now to go on Facebook Marketplace to buy your first van, to pay for a Carfax and build out? Just do it. I promise you, traveling is great. And remember, always barefoot.